Okay, we are live right at 7:01. Sorry, I was playing with my toggle thing, trying to figure out how I'm going to flip from my face to the table. I'm gonna have to write it down because I can't figure out what I'm doing. All right, welcome everyone. We're gonna give it a few more minutes for everyone to come on board. And when you do, please come on and announce who you are and let us know, or let me know who you are, where you're from, if you're new here. If you're an existing oldie but goodie, then you can just put your name in the comments. That will be fine. And we'll just give it a few more minutes. I've got the comments opened. I am streaming to our Facebook VIP page as well as YouTube. So if you are somebody that doesn't watch on Facebook, then you can watch this on YouTube as well. So we're going to give it a few more minutes and see. Hey, Marie, glad you can make it. We're going to give it a couple more minutes for everybody to come on. They usually start popping in about now. I was trying to figure out how to get my camera thing to go back and forth and put me in the corner, and I've been playing with it, and I realized what time it was. I was like, oh, my. Whoopsie. So, anyways, I'm going to flip the camera down in just a minute, but I want to see how close I am. I might need to bring it down some, so... Have you started playing with all your goodies that you received? All right, there's about a 15-second delay. So when y'all come on, make sure that since we're in the VIP group, that you'll put your name in there. I will be able to see it after we do the replay. Once I close this out and it goes back up, it will show whose names once I go in and look at it. So we'll just give it a few more minutes. And my neck is killing me all of a sudden. So I think it's because I've been sitting at the table. I'm going to play with this little thing here. I think this is a zoom button. I'm going to see what it does. Oh, it moves me in. Okay. All right, cool beans. Okay, so let's give it a few more minutes. I think we are good. Obviously, we're live because Marie is here. Yay! And we should have some others popping in at 7:03, so we'll just give it a couple more minutes. We may have lurkers out there who don't announce themselves, and that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead while we're waiting and do my introduction. Hello, Karen Jo. I have a surprise for you, unless you've already seen it. I don't know, but I'll tell you in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and give my little spiel while we're waiting for everybody to come on. So I am Dawn Duvall, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I've been doing this crazy mess since 2011, and I am now living in Fort Myers, Florida. I have been here I guess we've been here 4.5 months or so, just in time to get the hurricane. But anyways, for those that aren't, I got no notice. Who is that? Got no notice. Whoever said that, put your name in, and what did you not get? A notice of the live? Hello, is that Amy Banks? So anyways, I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I'm in Fort Myers, Florida. So if you live somewhere near or around me or whatever, keep that in mind. If you're watching from my YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe to that channel and hit the bell so that every time I upload a video that you'll be notified of that as well. And what else? Let's see, what else was I going to say? Thank you. We're coming on. Okay, good. And there's a little bit of a delay, and hopefully you can hear me. I think I got my speaker connected. I hope so. The light was flashing green a minute ago, so I guess I can check it. Hang on, I'm going to pull it away from my blouse and see. Yep, it's on green. So anyways, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I will just, if you haven't been here before, put on your seatbelt because you never know what's going to happen. It could be a comedy hour. You just never know. If you had watched last week, there was a lot of drinking glasses going around and being shared. That's all I can say. So, anyways, I'm glad you all are here. I'm excited. We're going to do some fun folds tonight. And one of them is a gift card holder. My BFF told me that I need to do holiday cards and gift card holders. So one of those will be a gift card holder. So that's what we're going to do this evening. So if you haven't already, please like and share my page. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me to reach out to other paper crafters who may not know me And they may not want to know me, but they might have fun if they join this channel, because it can get a little bit of fun and crazy, that's what it's all about. Having fun, making mistakes, and laughing at ourselves, you know. That's all. Life's too short otherwise. Welcome from Idaho. Is that Linda? I think it is. I don't think Patricia's been on here. I just lost my shoe. It's under my chair. But anyways, so we're going to do some fun folds. And can you all believe it's almost December 1st? I am just shocked. I always learn something new each time as well. Because I know I'm a goofball. I've always been a goofball, but it's okay, you know. We tend to draw ourselves to those types of people sometimes. Let me get myself comfortable, sorry. So anyways, we're going to get started here at 7:07, and those that are popping in will just have to come in, and if they miss something, go back and watch the replay. And as I mentioned before, I am streaming this on YouTube as well. So anyways, what I was getting ready to say, so it's the end of the month, 1st of December. I don't know if you're on my newsletter, if you saw my decoration. I'm just going to talk for a couple minutes and then we'll get started. When we moved, you know, we sold our house with everything, so I was doing lots of purging because we downsized big time. Our house is like half the size of what our other house was, but it's comfortable. So we get the Christmas decorations out, and I said to my husband, I said, are there any more? Is this it? I had a bunch of cloth teak, I think it is, Santa Clauses, and we are very into the beachy scene. So I had a pirate. He had a parrot. I had a pirate. I had because I like to dance. I had Santa, Mr. and Mrs. Claus in like doing a waltz. I must have decided to get rid of all that stuff, because I can tell you what, I have hardly any decorations out. Well, I have this statue of a Santa Claus holding a plate that I put outside by the front door. I didn't have anything to put on it, so I was telling my best friend that I went on Etsy. I ordered a wreath for the front door, and then I said to my husband, I said, wouldn't it be kind of cool if I could find some fake milk and cookies? Well, sure enough, I went to Etsy, and I ordered me a glass of milk with a straw and a chocolate chip cookie, and then I ordered some silicone cookies that look like they're snowflakes and all that stuff. So that's what I'm gonna put on display for Santa to show whoever walks by our front door. Anyways, but you know, I know it was sad because I'm like, I cannot believe I get rid of that stuff. I guess at the moment I was just we had so much stuff up in the attic, and we were trying not to have to bring all that stuff with us, but hopefully it went to a good home. Who knows? But anyways, all right, so we're going to get started. If you are not, one other thing, and then we'll flip the camera down. I am getting ready to order catalogs and send those out. So if you do not have a demonstrator and you would like to get the new catalog that's coming up in January, shoot me a message and give me your mailing address. And if you'd like to receive a birthday card from me, when your birthday rolls around, put your month and date in there. You don't need to tell me your year, but if you want to, that's fine too. You can message me, but if you're on my newsletter, I did have that in the newsletter as well. Okay, so what else is going on? So anyways, so January 5th, we have a new catalog coming out, and it runs through the end of April, and then our annual catalog will begin in May. It's my understanding. And Stampin' Up! Has listened to the demonstrators about doing we felt like they were doing too many celebrations, because as soon as the new catalog came out, then we're doing a celebration, and that celebration goes away, and then we're focusing on another celebration, another catalog. So they're only going to do one celebration in January with the new mini catalog, and that is going to run from January 5th through the end of February. And let me tell you, there's a lot of stuff that you can get when you spend $50. There's several that you can get for $100, but quite a bit, and a lot of paper too. I was surprised. So anyways, if you don't have a demonstrator, and you would like to get a catalog, I'll be more than happy to send you one. Just shoot me a message. And if you do have a demonstrator, please reach out to them. If you're ordering from them, I think it's the right thing to do, but you do whatever you want to do. That's fine. Okay, so I have I'm going to flip the camera down. I was going to try to put myself in the corner, but I got to figure this thing out. So anyways, this is my December tutorial. The lady was able to get it to us early, which I was surprised. So this starts December 1st. If you place an order of $50 in my online store, then you will get this bundle of 44 projects that are designed by myself and 43 other demonstrators. And these are ladies and men that are throughout the United States, Canada, and other countries. So we have the measurements listed in inches as well as centimeters for what those countries use. So if you're here from another country, you're more than welcome. I send it out by email, so it's not a problem for you to. The problem is you can't order from me because you have to order from your own country. So if you're outside of the country, I'm sorry, you can't get this. But that's okay. You can get it when I put it up for sale. All right, so that's that. Enough of that for now. All right, this is my host code for the month of December. So if you do place an order with me, please make sure you use this. That's how I know to send you the tutorial, as well as it also may put you in a drawing for, depending on how many people place orders, I might do like a mystery guest host thing, and you'll get all the hostess points, which means free product, and you get to choose. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on the cards. Okay, we are going to do a fun fold, and I copied this from Wendy Cranford, and this right here, if you don't, it folds, but it's a little thick, and I don't know if you can see that. I need to bring the camera down, let me know. I might do that because I don't think I need that much space. But anyway, so what you can do is we're just going to fold this in here. So this opens up. It's just a little card on the front, and then we open with a little message there. And then we'll open this side, and we've got it designed. And this is where you write your message. Ignore my little ink there, but I will cover that up when I send this out to whomever this card will go to. So isn't that cute? It's really easy. It's just a lot of cutting. Okay, so I've pre-cut everything so you don't have to sit here and watch me cut. Let me see if I can bring the camera in just a little. Let me see if I can bring it in closer. Let me see if I can do that. If not, I may bring my... is that too far away for y'all? Can you see, or do I need to bring it in closer? Let me move this down here so it's closer to me. Let me know. If so, I'll lower the actual stand that it's sitting on. All right, so this is the card that we're going to make, and I'll give you all the measurements. This paper, unfortunately, is the one that is sold out, and it will not be coming back, obviously, because they won't be able to get it in time for the holidays. And this is the Lights Aglow. So my apologies for using this, but I was telling my best friend, Amy Banks, that I only have 2 sets of holiday paper. I have this paper and the gnomes. I haven't gotten around to buying any, but I've managed with what I have, so that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull in my ink pads, and I'll give you the measurements. Let me get my stuff out here. I got all my little tools here that I need. And let me make sure I get my other stamps. And then the next card we're going to do is going to be a fun fold with a gift card as well. Okay. So I'm using the Trimming the Tree stamp set, which is 15 photopolymer stamps. And you can see it's got a 2-step here. You stamp that on top of that. And then this is garland that you will stamp if you want. And then you've got some other types of garland or whatever you want to call that, and some bows and little holiday ornaments, and then 4 different sentiments. And I think this is a really nice set. And then it comes as a bundle. So if you haven't purchased it, look at all these dies. I haven't even begun to use all these little bows it cuts out, and the trees and ornaments, and this is a tag. I'm not quite sure what this thing is. So if y'all know what this is, if you have this set, tell me what that is. Is that supposed to be, I don't know what it is. So if you do, let me know. But it's got some really cute sentiment where you can cut out for your sentiments and decorate. I didn't realize that. So you can use this, because I don't think that's too Christmassy. You know, you can cut this out, and it just has the little loop-de-doopy things there. That's the new technology, loop-de-doopies. Oh, you flipped your camera to enlarge it. Do you want, okay, if y'all can't see, let me, that's fine. Let me lower my camera. Give me 1 second. All I got to do is untie this. It's going to be a little jiggly, but hold on. If I can get it. If I didn't use my He-Man strength, bear with me, because I can just drop it down just a tad, I think. Maybe not. Because I might be asking for trouble, because we might end up seeing the thing tip over. Let's see, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? So Apparently my husband must have been on this thing because I can't drop it down. Oh, there we go. There we go. How's that? Is that better? All right, we're going to leave it like that. Hold on. Let me tighten this little sucker up so he don't fall because he looks like he's about to fall down. Hang on. Let me adjust this one. Hold up. I know y'all are, give me just a second. I got to loosen it up just enough to where, there we go, that it's going to move. All right, let's tighten that one up. I think I had it higher because we were doing that other thing that seemed like we weren't getting close enough to it. All right, hopefully that works. Let me get this straight. Okay, how's that? Is that good? I think that'll work. All right, so anyways, the trimming the tree has got a lot. It's got 28 dies that go with this bundle. So again, if anybody happens to know what this little thing is right there, if you can see it, I have no clue what that is. It's little dots. So I'm not sure what that is. If it's, I don't know. Anyways, okay. So that's what we're using. So let's move on. I get a little sidetracked there. All right, so we're going to pull out our cardstock, and let me move the card out of the way. Now I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler, and I thought on this one, we're going to go a little fancy here. We're going to use some gold foil, okay? Let me move my stuff out. These are my notes so I can give you all the directions. And if you want, I can put this in the screen, and then, well, you probably won't be able to read my handwriting. I'll put it right there if you want to zoom in or take a picture of it. Okay. So I will go through the pieces and then we'll do some scoring, okay? So the first piece is cut at 5.5 by 9 7/8. Don't ask me, I did not make this design. I'm not sure why they did that, but it's okay. So I'm gonna bring in my trimmer because we're gonna go ahead and do some scoring. So again, this is 5.5 by 9 7/8. And then we're going to score at 1. Let me move this out of the way for just a second. All right, here we go. We're going to get into this weird scoring stuff. We're going to score at 1 7/16. Okay, this is where we might need to zoom in. Let me see if I can get this in a little closer. All right, you see these little lines? You got the 1, and then you've got the 8th right here. You go into the second one as an 8. The little ones are 16ths. Okay. So if we take, I'll use my scissors, paper snips. All right, so here's 1. And if we want 7/16, then we need to just count over 7 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a quarter, 5, 6, 7. So it's 1 right below the 1.5. So we have 1 there. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 1 little notch before the half mark. So we're going to line this up right on that little notch, and we're going to score right there, okay? And then we're going to slide this down, and we're going to go to 5 11/16. Hello from Pennsylvania. And so 5 11/16. So here's 5, all right? So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8's at 5.5, right? And we want 11. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 1 notch before 5 3/4. All right. So 1 notch below the 5 3/4 mark, and we are going to score that right there. And let me make sure I counted, but let's make sure I got it right, even though I already scored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so there's 5 3/4, so it's 1 mark short of the 5 3/4, okay? All right, so that's the base card. I'm gonna set that up there for a minute because we've got to do another score, and then I'll move this out of the way. Then the little card on the front, this card here, is 3 inches by 7. Now, when you cut your paper down from 11 by 8.5 by 11, you'll have a 3-inch piece left because you're cutting that down at 9. You'll have enough to do this one here. So this is 3 by 7, so half of 7 is 3.5, right? So we're going to score this at 3.5. All right, so I told you this is going to be pretty easy. It's just a lot of cutting. All right, so we're done with this. So let me move this out of the way. All right, so we're gonna fold and burnish. So let's do that, and then I'll give you the rest of the story. Let's burnish that, and then let's bring in this piece. So we're gonna fold this one in, and this is cherry cobbler. In case I didn't say that, I haven't used that in a while, so we thought, why not? And then this one is that the smaller edge, so we're gonna go ahead and burnish that as well. Okay. I'll put this back in here so you can see my measurements if you can read my handwriting. BW means basic white. Okay, so let's set these off to the side for just a minute because I'm going to go over my other pieces. Now I decided, because the paper we're using is got some gold in it, okay, the designer paper. So we are going to do, we're going to use the gold foil on two. We're going to use it on the front, and then we're going to use it on the inside of the card. So you want your basic sizes, 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so you want two of these at 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go on the front and the inside piece. Okay, and then our designer paper, we're going to cut this at, let me see, the gold foil, not that one, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So if this is 4, right, we're going to cut, normally you go down to 3 3/4, but we're just going to not, go up a notch, okay? Hi, Patricia. How you doing? And so we'll want two of those, the same size. So two of these, whatever your DSP is going to be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So those are going to go right on top of this foil. And I think that's going to kind of really going to make this, it's going to pull the gold out of these little stars, okay? So those are those two pieces. And then we're going to come down, well, since we've got more, we're going to cut two of these strips, which the back side is that bokeh, or however you say it, look. So you want two of these, and these are, I'm looking at my notes here, 2 at 1 3/8, so it's 1 3/8 this way by 5 3/8 this way, okay? And then our gold foil is going to be at 1 1/4 this way by 5 1/4. So those are gonna lay on top of that as well. You with me so far? Okay. And then next we need some basic white. So we're gonna do one basic white at 4 by 5 1/4, and that's gonna go on the inside center, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then we're gonna do two of the same basic whites, and this is for our little card that's on front. And these are going to be, hang on, is it 1 3/8? No, that can't be right. Oh, this is, what did I do with it? I wrote it down. Y'all might not be able to read my handwriting. Oh, here it is. 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. So you want two basic whites at 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just start putting everything together, and then we'll do our stamping. So let's pull in our gold pieces, and let's go ahead and adhere these pieces right here. So let's do that. And don't you love this? I'm going to use that, and I'm going to flip the other strip pieces that are smaller ones. I'm going to show that on the front, the smaller flap on the front. So we're going to put this on the gold, and I just thought this might make it a little bit dressed up. So if you want to send a fancy card to somebody, this might be something that you can think about doing. All right. So those that are just joining, welcome. As I mentioned earlier, I will be ordering catalogs. So if you do not have a demonstrator that you're working with and you would like to have a catalog, message me with your name and mailing address. And also, if you'd like to get a birthday card when your birthday rolls around, put your birth date in there. You don't have to put the year. Put that in there, and then I will get you a catalog and send you a birthday card. All right, so, and I think I can order those, I'll do it the first of the month, so I'll be able to get those out to you before, hopefully you'll have them before the 1st of January or the 5th of January, but at the same time when January 1st rolls around, we can look at the catalog online, okay? All right, so I have this one and this one. So we've already got those layered, so I'm going to go put those right there for now. And then I'm going to layer these up, but I'm going to put my little bokeh, is that how you say it? I'm going to put those on the front. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to have a different look here when okay, just a little, I don't want it to be the same design. So we're gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna place this on each of these two gold foils. I ordered gold foils for a class that that I just offered, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna have enough, so I ordered 2 packages because I had to cut the paper kind of a strange way, and I thought, I don't want to get stuck and not have enough, so I ordered 2, and I realized that I better start using this up. I'm sure this will, gold foil tends to stay in the catalog, so I think we'll be good with that, but still. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cover up our beautiful gold stars, and we're going to put these on this way. Have y'all seen this? Woo, I'm getting glue on that. Have y'all seen this design before? I haven't. So that's why I thought, oh, did I cut this? Oh, hang on. Did I cut this? Oh, yeah, I did. I had not seen it. This one's a little bit, not quite as, I'm not going to mess with it, but that should have been cut down just a tad. But we can still see the gold, but that's okay. All right. I had not seen this, you know, it's amazing what you can do. Just a few folds, you know, and we're all good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front of the card. All right, so we're going to add that to the front. And then once we get all this in here, then we'll do a little bit of stamping. So I'm get all this layered first. So let's go ahead and lay this down here. This is the front, and again, it's the I've got the measurements here, and you can go back and listen to the replay if you need to hear me tell you what they are. Next time I'll try to write a little clearer for y'all to see it. Now this one I'm going to put on the inside here. We're just going to dress up the card. You know, we've got paper. We need to use it, right? I don't know about y'all, but sometimes we've got that hoarding thing going on that we don't want to use up our paper because it's too pretty. But just remember, it's pretty, so we need to be sharing that with other people, right? So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we're going to lay that right there. All right, so there's that one. And now we're going to put these guys on the front. Now, when we do this, now see how that folds? That folds fine. But if I stick this on here, that's going to give it probably enough of a bulk. It may not. Well, no, that's closing. So I might have cut that one. Might have cut that right. So good. That makes it even better. All right. So let's go ahead and add this to the inside flap, and then we're going to do the other one on the outside. And let's see what else. All right. What else is going on in our world? Let's see. Oh, we're going to go see. They're offering the Nutcracker of the ballet that's coming to our Tribby Art Center. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, my husband called to get tickets. We got in the nosebleed section because they're all sold out. I was like, holy moly. But that's okay. I've never seen it, so I think that'll be fun. We're doing that sometime in December, early December, if I'm not mistaken. And tomorrow, Wednesday, is a very important day in my life because I'm going to get my hair done. And I'm thinking about, well, thank you. I like doing fun folds because it's always, you know, it's different. And I mean, I love cards, but it's always nice to do something fun. Anyways, I'm getting my hair done, and I'm debating. I've noticed my hair, the natural curl is starting to come back. I think it's because I went off this drug. I call it my crazy pills. Those, I know some of you can relate. My best friend can, because it's when you go through menopause and then all that stuff that goes along with it. My doctor put me on these pills, and I didn't realize I had been on them as long, and I'm on the smallest dose, but I need to come off of them. So anyways, I decided to go off, and the doctor said that was fine, but oh my goodness. But my hair seems, all of a sudden my curls are starting to come back, my curly. But anyways, I'm getting my hair cut and colored, obviously, and I'm debating, I don't know if I want to cut my hair short, like kind of spiky on top, you know, I don't know. I'm still debating. So who knows what I'll look like next week when y'all see me. Okay, so now we're going to decorate this card here. And I wasn't even thinking about, I think I'm going to go, I didn't even think about this. For my ink color, I didn't think about that. I think I'll do the Sentiment and Cherry Cobbler, and even though there's no green or gold, I think I'll just do this in green. I think I'll do that in evergreen just for something different, because otherwise I'm not sure what color. I wasn't thinking through this, obviously. So all right, well that's what we're gonna do. All right, both of these are the same size. So we're going to do one on the inside of the card, and then one will go on the outside. And then we'll attach that to the front of the card, and then we'll decorate the one that goes on the inside. So let's go ahead and bring in our May Your Season Be Merry and Bright. And I think I'll do that in Cherry Cobbler. And then I'll just reverse and do the little swaggy thing. We'll do that in green. All right, so let's get some ink on this little guy here. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if it's because we live down south and it's humid. I never had this problem until these new pads. And I know it's been an issue with some people, but they're getting kind of funkadelic on top. They're drying out, but then they get all crusty, and I don't know. You got to be careful if you put too much ink, because then it gets it gets a little dark like that. So, okay, so we're going to color that. Now, we have this, I had no idea, you know me, I don't know. I wonder sometimes about what these stamps are for. And so I was playing around, and I had that aha moment that, oh, that's what you do. You can place the dots underneath this, right, for like garland or whatever. So that's what we're going to do. So I am going to let me take this off, and I'm going to do the little squiggly stamp, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put it up there. All right, so we're going to do this. I'm going to do this in the evening evergreen. And see, you can see that ink is a little thick there, but that's all right. Well, it's going to work. We'll do green. It's Christmas color, so we should be okay with that, right? All right, so we're just going to ink this up just a little bit. Just do our little tappy tap, 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 and hopefully I can get it centered. And I'm just going to put this right about here. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. We're going to lay that there. And they have these little cute little ornament stamps, but again, I didn't want to overdo it and then screw up my card, so I didn't. I tried it on a scratch piece of paper, and I didn't like it, so that's not what we're doing. All right, so now I'm going to put my little dots on here. If you don't have this stamp set, it's a really cute stamp set, and it's got 20 some dies to it, so you cannot go wrong. All right, so we're going to ink this up. And then this one, you basically, and I'm going to have to hang my head over. Let me stand up so I can get it, make sure. You just line this up, the little waves, if you will. Just line it up right underneath that stamp. And if my head's in the way, I apologize. You can line it up and get it right underneath. Trying not to get my head in the thing, but I think I might have to. All right, here we go. I'm getting a little seasick looking at this. Let me see. Hang on. Where's my... All right, I think we're good there. I'm going to go up a little bit higher. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, we're flipping the paper over. It's kind of hard when you're sitting down. There we go. It's a little further down than the one I did earlier, but that's okay. When you're standing up, it does make things a little bit more difficult, but that's okay. We'll get through it. All right, so we'll go ahead and attach. Let me move this out of the way. We'll go ahead and attach this to the front. Oh, I guess, yeah, we don't want the green anymore. So let's put the green up. And we'll attach this to the front, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment on the inside, and we're going to do Happy Holidays, and we'll do that in our Cherry Cobbler as well. And we're going to stamp that right about there. Ah, look at that. See? I smudged it. Oh, Lord, that piece is not looking so hot, is it? Let me... I don't like that. Let me cut another piece real quick. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Because that one's a little funky looking. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper here. See if this one will work. Hang on a minute. All righty. We need a piece of, what did we say it was? I think it's the 2, let's measure. That is kind of a little bit too much. This is 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So 3 1/4 by 2 3/4, right? 3 1/4, right there. All right, so that's 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. We'll get that lined up. I don't know what my table I need to clean it, because obviously when I put this paper on there, it was getting dirty spots all over. So I'm not sure. I've got something on it that it's getting caught up on. So we're just going to put that in the little recycle trash can here. Okay. And did I just throw my other piece away? I did. Throwing my other one away. Threw the wrong one away. All right, let's try that again. Let's get our, here we go. The happy, I will tap, 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 but I'm not going to push real hard on the cardstock because I have a feeling that's what I did. Get some ink on that bad boy. Let me make sure. Come on, mama. There we go. All right, let's try this again. And we're just going to stamp right there. Hold it for a second or two. No rocking. All right, well, we're going to have to live with that one, aren't we? Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And we'll set him off there for a minute. And go ahead and attach this to the front of our card like that. And I'm not layering. I'm just going to put white right on directly onto the cardstock. So I don't know. Maybe my paper was sitting on something. I've got it in a stack, and who knows. All right, so we'll go ahead and put that right on the front of the card. And you can decorate however you want to decorate. If you want to add more stuff to it, I wanted to keep it somewhat simple. All right, and then we're going to add this one to the inside. And then I thought what I would do is for the inside, I'm going to use one of the tree stamp and just do a tree in the bottom and leave you room to write your sentiment. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to add our adhesive, and you can use your Stamp and Seal or your tape, whatever works for you as far as your adhesive to get it to stick on there. All right, so we're going to place this right on the front of the card, and hopefully I'll get it centered. I think that's probably going to be good. And at least with the Tombow, we can shift it around some. I think that looks good. So we'll just lay that there. All right, so there's that. And there's that. So now we've got our inside piece that we are going to go ahead and decorate as well. And I'm going to do, just like I did here, I just did the tree, and this is a two-step. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll use the evergreen to give it some of that green Christmassy tree look. All right, so we're going to bring this back in, and we're going to stamp our, hang on a minute, I got to find my other, where's my stamp? Hang on, got to find my, where's my stamp? All right. Usually I put my stamps on, I'm looking for my stamp, oh, here it is, underneath my stuff. See what happens? You got so much stuff going on. All right, so we're going to stamp this one first because this is the fill. So this one we'll stamp first. I don't know if this is going to be big enough or not. We'll see if it's going to work. Nope, that's not going to work. Nope. Let me get a bigger block. Hang on a minute. I thought I had it. I think I had it worked out for the little one. Hang on one second. Let me grab a block real quick. Oh, get through my war zone over here. Let's see. Oh, this will work. Okay. All right, we're good. Coming back. All right, so we're going to stamp this one down. And I think I'm going to try to stamp off a little bit so it's not quite as dark. And we're going to stamp it just in the bottom. That's crooked. Hang on. We're going to stamp it right in the bottom of the corner just to kind of give it a little bit of a festive look, right? Okay, so we've got that. So let's put some ink on this guy. And see how dark, that's kind of dark. Let me get over, make sure we get some on this piece right here that's missing some ink. All right, so I'm just gonna lightly, which y'all can probably see, I'm just gonna lightly lay it on my paper. I'm not gonna push real hard, but I want to take some of that off. All right, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna place this in the bottom corner, and I'm just gonna leave a little bit of room to push down, and then I'll put a little tree trunk underneath him to make it look like. And I'm just taking my finger and rubbing it through since it's a photopolymer. I just want to make sure that I get it all on there and not have any holes. All right, so there's that. And then we'll come back with the inside piece. And then this one, and I always put mine at an angle. Don't ask me. I do it because it's easier so I don't get them, like if it's sentiments and stuff, so it's not crooked. But this one, we'll just do it this way. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to stamp off I just want to just lightly tap it, not much. And then you're going to line up. So these little wiggly things will line up in these holes. And I tend to, let's see, the dog is up during, wait a minute, let me see if I can zoom in. Maybe I can do it this way. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take this, and again, I'm going to have to stand up. And I tried to line up and you can see where it's covering the holes. The bottom, you have to just move just slightly to get it. And I'm trying to do this without sticking my head in the camera. You just kind of have to shift things just enough to get them to where they hopefully are lined up. And we'll push down like that. And she's back. And there you go. So, and that's kind of fine. It's got a little darker at the bottom and the top, so that's okay. All right. And then we're going to add our little like tree bottom bucket. So I've got some soft suede, and I'm just going to stamp it off so it just shows a little bit of the tree trunk or the bucket that it's sitting in, however you want to call it. And I'm just going to put it right about there. So it just looks like it's, so that way it's kind of grounded it on our paper, right? Okay, so let me move this out of the way. And then we'll add this to the inside of our card. And this card will be done. And then we'll go on, start on the next one. All right, and the next one will be a fun one. That's why it's called a fun fold. So I'm just going to stick this right here. I'm not going to put anything on it. I'm going to leave it for me to write my message. I was just telling my girlfriend that I just realized, again, 1st of December, I haven't even gotten my holiday cards together. So I said, I guess I better go back through my stash of what we've been making, and so I can get them addressed and out in the mail. Okay, so there's our card. So we're going to close it up. Let's see if it's going to work this way. See, oh, it did. So that worked. It's a little bit, see, it's a little bit thick. Can you see that? But it's, or you can leave it like that, however you want to do it. But I'm going to try to do it like, or you can put it like this and just have it fold like that if you want to do that as well. Let me zoom out. So let me go back. Whoops, not in. Hold on. There we go. A little much. Okay, so there's that card. May your season be merry and bright. And of course, you can add whatever. Happy holidays. And then we're going to open it up, and then there's the inside of our card. Isn't that cute? Just a different fold. Okay, so there's that one. And then here's the one if you just joined us that I did in green. So very simple. All right, so let's move on to the next card. Give me 1 minute. Let me just wipe the ink off of these stamps. I don't want them sitting here too long because they're photopolymer. And I'll spray them with my spray, but I just want to get most of the ink off of them so they don't sit there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just clean the other tree off. Okay, I think we're good. I think let's move these out of the way because I think I might need a paper trimmer too. All right, so the next one we're going to do is the Fun Fold gift card. And I'm moving all this out of the way. This one, pardon me, this one's pretty easy too. Now this one might take me, we may run over a little bit because I'm going to do a little bit of coloring and watercoloring and color and fussy cut. So you're just going to have to bear with me on this one. Okay, now on this one, I love this stamp set. Anything that has animals. Oh, and Karen, I meant to tell you, if you haven't, well, you haven't seen it unless you have a friend that's a demonstrator that showed you. There is a kitty cat stamp that's coming out with 3 cats. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Okay, I thought of you when I saw it, and I went, "Ooh, she's gonna be a happy camper." All right, so we're gonna use the North Pole, pardon me, North Pole Mischief. Let me grab some water. I haven't used this stamp set as much as I should, but we're gonna use this guy right here. Okay, so let me show you. And this one, we're going to be duplicating exactly. So this one, I'm using the same colors and everything. So here's the card. Don't you love these colors? This is Bermuda Bay. And then there's the kitty cat. Now look what I did. So if you remember, see how the stamp, it's connected? All right, so I thought I was gonna be cute. Now we're gonna use our watercolor brush, or whatever you call this thing, liquid. Anyways, and this is Mary Merlot. So here it is, and then you open this up. There's a gift card holder right there. Look at the little doggy. Did you notice his little footprints? Pardon me. So he's coming over there because he's dragging that poor little cat. So there you go. Very simple. This, again, is a very easy card. All right, so let's get started. This will be a good one. Okay, so we're going to use Bermuda Bay and Pool Party. We're going to use Pool Party and ink and Mary Merlot and some Stampin' Blends. All right, so here we go. Our measurements are, this is pretty easy actually. Okay, so our base of our card is 5.5, which is this one, 5.5 by 5.5 by 4.25. Then we're going to cut a piece of Designer Series paper. So this is part of the gnomes. I really wanted to use this, but I didn't have any stamps that really kind of went with that without using the gnomes. So this is going to go on here, okay? And we'll glue, let's go ahead and glue that down while we got it. So this is the base of our card. That's all, that's the base. So let's, let me get to my glue, which I moved out of the way. And then we'll go over the next piece. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down. And again, this is a pretty easy card. So if you've got gift cards, you know, and this can also be used for birthdays. So just keep that in mind. You can do birthday cards, any kind of a gift card, right? So you've got birthdays coming up, and it's quick and easy to make. So it won't take you any time. And it's, again, it's kind of a statement, I think. All right, so there's that one. That's the base, all right? So we're going to set that off to the side. The designer paper was 5.25 by 4. All right, now this piece here is 4.25 by 9. So 4.25 this way, and then 9 inches this way. And we're going to come in and do some scoring. You haven't seen, oh yeah. Wait till you see it. The little kitty cat stamp's cute. I was thinking I might have to buy it just because anytime I see a dog or a cat stamp, I'm going to have to buy them. All right, so 4.25 by 9, pardon me, excuse me. We're going to score at 3 inches. Whoops, let me get my paper cutter out of the way. We're going to score at 3 inches. I need to clean the glue off of this thing. Look, it's all over. I tell you what, I go through more Goo Gone. All right, so 3 inches, and then we're going to move this down and then do at 6 inches. Okay, so right there is 6. I'm going to butt it up. All right, so that's all we're going to do with that. So we're going to go ahead and do our fold. So let's, and now this is what we're going to do. This is going to be the base, or however you want to do it. All right, so this is going to be the bottom that we're going to glue down. So that's going to go this way, and then we're going to fold this one back. Okay, now if it, there we go, that's good. All right, so you with me? It's kind of like your W or whatever, Z fold. All right, so this will be attached to the center of that card, and then that's how it's going to work. See how simple that is? It's really, really easy. So keep this in mind. All right, so we're going to push that off to the side because we don't need him right at the moment. Now you're going to cut a piece of DSP for the center. That's going to be your gift card holder, and you're going to cut that at 2 7/8 by 3 inches. 2 7/8 by 3. So this is 3 inches this way. So make sure when you do your paper, you got your pattern going in the right direction. So it's 3 inches wide and 2 7/8 high. Okay. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a circle punch, and this is retired, and I'm just going to cut punch just enough to give it like a thumb, you know. And I'm going to hold this down and see if I've got it somewhat. Whoopsie. Let me do it this way. See if I've got it somewhat centered, and I think I do. So let's cut, I don't want to cut too much. I think that's good. So we're just going to chop that off there, and that gives us our little finger pull. Okay, now you can do tear and tape, seal, or whatever, because you want to make sure that it's going to be strong enough. I would probably recommend a little bit of seal. I'm going to use my Tombow just because I like to live on the edge. So, and you just really don't want to get it too much. You just want to get it right on the edges so that your gift card can go in. And you just want to come up to the corner. We don't want to put anything here because we want to be able to get our card to slide in, right? And you don't want to put too much of the liquid glue because we don't want it to ooze out. So don't put anything here on the top. We just want it on the sides so that it will glue down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and flip this guy over, and we're going to go ahead and put this down. And I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge, and I'm trying to see. Bear with me, because I got my hands in the way. All right, so did I cut that? Hang on. Did I trim that up wrong? Uh-oh. Hold on, I might have to trim it. Yep, it's not going to, let me see. Nope, it's not going to cut. Hang on a minute. Let me pull that off, and I'm going to trim just a hair off of this thing. I probably could use my paper snips, but I'm not going to. Let me just trim just a piece, just a little snippet off. And this was supposed to be, oh, you know why? I've got this at 3 inches. Yeah, I've got that at 3 inches. So let me move it over. That's probably why. Let me see. Yeah, let me just move it 1 notch over. And we'll just do a, that looks like a lot. Hang on. Let's do it like that. I got my finger in here where there's no glue. All right, hopefully that's not going to cut. Let me just check. That looks like it's going to cut quite a bit off, doesn't it? Okay. All right, we're going to trim that right there. So just a smidge, and then that should hopefully work. Whoops, sorry for the noise. All right. So I think this will be better. Yeah, that looks much better. All right, so we're going to put that in there and make sure my trees are straight because it can be a little deceiving. This piece right here, for whatever reason, is right on the edge, so I didn't trim it. Let me trim it down a little bit more. I'm going to remeasure this because we want to make sure we get it right. I think we're going to have to go down another little smidge, so change my directions here. All right, let's go down to, all right, so that's, what did I say, 2 7/8. I don't think that's going to work. Let's go to, there's 2 3/4. Let's move it up to this one because that's where we are, probably right there. 2, let me just trim this right here. I think that should be it. This is why you get glue all over your paper trimmer, is when you're cutting stuff that has glue attached to it. And so Mr. Glue Gun will come in to play. All right, let's try that one more time. Let's try. This should work. Let's add a little bit more. Before I glue it down, let's make sure. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay. So that is cut at, whoopsie. This is cut at, let me just remeasure this for you guys. So the width is going to be like 2 7/8, okay? So 2 7/8, just to get it in between those little score lines. All right, let's put a little bit right there. There we go. Okay, let's get back into our card. And we'll glue that down right into the center. All right, so there's that. And hopefully he's straight. Okay, all right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we have, I've got 2 pieces of basic white. And one of them is 2 3, the Mary Merlot is 2 3/4 by 4. And then the white, let me just confirm. Yeah, 2 3/4 by 4. And then this white is, this one is 2 5/8 by 3 and looks like 3 7/8, okay? So this is going to go on top of here after we stamp it, and then this will go on this side right here, and this piece is a little bit bigger because it's not being mounted. So this is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp. First of all, let's stamp this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to, and then we'll put all this together. This is the part that might take a little bit of time, but hopefully y'all can just hang in there with me. All right, so I'm going to ink up my stamp, and I'm using watercolor paper. So I'm gonna stamp this on here, and what's the it's not going to take that long to I just got to color it and then just fussy cut. That's what's going to take a little bit of time, but shouldn't be too long. All right, so I'm just going to make sure that's on there really good. All right, the lines are off a little bit, but that's okay. All right, now we're going to come in with our water pencil here, this little guy, and we're going to use our Mary Merlot, and we're going to color the ribbon, and then we're going to color the box. So what I've done is I put a little ink in the ink pad, and I'm going to squirt some water in here to get me some water. And I've got a little bit of ink here, which I don't want it too dark, so I'm just keeping, what I'm going to do is just pull in a little bit at a time, and then I can add to it. So I'm just going to come in with the water pencil here, and you're just really gonna, and you can make this as dark as you want or as light as you want. So I'm just gonna do this and try to stay within the lines, and I'm just pulling it down. So this is a little bit tedious, so hopefully I probably should have done most of this so you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me color, but it is what it is. So too late now. You're stuck watching me. Okay, so I'm just going to color this in, and I wanted to use, I'm not sure why I chose Mary Merlot. I guess because it's a color that I don't use that often, and I thought, well, it's a really dark, rich color, and I thought, well, that would be cute for the holidays. And of course, when you're doing the water, I mean, I can make it darker, but I really didn't want it that, that dark. So I'm just going to come in and just fill in where you can see my little whites showing. So I'm just going to come back and just keep pulling in some ink and get this colored. And then we're going to cut this apart, because this little guy, he is being mischief, right? He is just playing with that cat, and the cat's not a happy camper. He looks like Mr. Grumpy Cat. Mr. Grumpy Cat's not happy because he's being pulled by the dog. So we're just going to do a little color in here. I don't want to go but so fast, because I know if I do, I'm going to go out of the lines, but just bear with me. Let's see what else. We'll do our little ribbon here. And we'll pull in a little bit more of the ink so I can get a little bit darker, because it tends to, start getting a little bit lighter. And again, you can use markers or Stampin' Blends. We don't have, to my knowledge, Mary Merlot in a Stampin' Blend. If we do, then I've been sleeping. And my Stampin' Write markers, which you could use, they might be a little bit dark. I don't have the Mary Merlot, because I would have had. That means you have to order the set of whatever Regals or whatever that color would fall under, which category, right? So I thought, well, the next best way is then just to use my water pencil, and we'll just color this in. And this is like, these come in a set of 3, if I'm not mistaken, and this is the center. I think this is the middle size, because I use them. And you know what else what these are good for? This is a tip for the day, and you all probably already know this. I use these for the big one. It's a big fat brush. I use that for my envelopes. I'm not licking envelopes. And I sent out, I think I told y'all, now you can see that I didn't get quite as much darkness in the cat's ears, but that's okay. We did this fundraiser, and it's slowing down for the gentleman here that has a business, his golf cart business. And I have sent out, I want to say I sent 165 to 170. I think it's closer to the 170 range. So when you start making those cards, and I'm not mailing them, because these are all people that live within our community here in Shell Point, and they have like an interbank or inter community mail, so you can drop it and you don't pay postage. So they have volunteers that do everything here. So they pick it up and they deliver it just like the mailman, but they just do all the internal. So that's a good thing, because that way we didn't have to pay for postage. But I use that water pencil for the sealing of my envelopes. So that's your tip for the day, since the holidays are coming, and if you make a lot of Christmas cards, that's a good way to save from licking all that glue. Plus, it's kind of nasty tasting anyways, right? All right, so all we're gonna do is finish coloring the ribbon. And then I'm not going to do anything to the cat, but I'm going to color the box. And then I am going to give the dog a little bit of color. So let me just get this in here and make sure I get all the white pieces, the white lines covered. I think this one needs to be a little bit more right there. Yeah, Grumpy Cat doesn't look, he's happy, he's not so happy. Oh, got to do the top of the ribbon. Hang on. I almost forgot that. All right, so let me turn my paper. And we'll get this ribbon done, and then it won't take long because I'm not going to, on the card that I'm showing you, I colored the dog, but I think I'm just going to do some little highlights for him. Because I can always go back. I've got a little bit too much water on this. I can always go back and color him later. So that's what we'll do. All right, because then we got to fussy cut this little sucker out. All right, almost done with the ribbon. But isn't this cute? I mean, this is so cute. I just love this stamp set. All right, there we go. All right, so we're gonna let that sit for just a minute while it dries. Okay, now, so the next thing we're gonna do is bring in our Bermuda Bay, and I will clean this later. To clean it, just squeeze the water, rub it on some paper or a paper towel, and that will clean it right up. Okay, so I am gonna come in with my Bermuda Bay, light Bermuda Bay Stampin' Blend, and I'm gonna color the box. And Grumpy Cat, I'm not going to do anything to him. So I'm just going to add some color, kind of pull that in with our card base. Are y'all still there? Okay, good. I'm coloring so I can't see what y'all are chatting about. And don't forget now, and I'll put more information out for those, anybody can come. We're going to do our Creation Anticipation December 10th. At the same time, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's a Saturday, and it will be on my Facebook page, not this group. It will be in the page itself. And I'm debating. I think I might do. I'm not sure. I might do a sketch. Some of y'all asked about sketches, so I may do this one with a sketch. So for those of you that are not familiar with what we're doing, the last time I just gave measurements for card making, and we came together on my Facebook page, Shall We Stamp, and with the number 1 is my page, and we did it live, and the whole idea was for everybody to come with their materials to make a card, and we stamped together. However, everybody chose that they were going to watch me instead, and then they made their cards and posted them later. I'm trying to figure out how to make an album on the page where we can place those and then everybody can see them. And I was looking earlier and I ran out of time, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on that. So if somebody has a business page and they're familiar with that, let me know. Okay, so we've got Grumpy's box done, and then we're going to come over real quick. Oops, wait a minute, I want to do the dog's tag. He's going to blend with the cat. So anyways, so I think I'm going to do a sketch, which means I'm going to print or post on the page and probably tie it to the top of the page what the design is, what the sketch is, which is a design, and then you just bring whatever cardstock and you make your own out of it, whatever you want. So that'd be something different too. I thought that'd be kind of cool. All right, so I'm just going to take, this is smoky slate, yeah, light smoky slate. I'm just going to do a little bit, I'm not sure how much. I probably should have done the water pencil for this, but this is a little dark. I'm just going to add a little bit of shading to the puppy. Maybe make it look like he's got some hair. And so anyway, so that's going to be on Saturday, December 10th at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. And you're not on camera, so you can come and sit in your pajamas, which several people were doing, which is fine. If I could sit in mine, I would do mine too. All right, so I think we're good here. I'll just put a little bit of gray around him. Might look a little goofy, but that's all right. I might go back and color him. Okay, we'll leave that because I got to cut him out. So let me go ahead and start cutting. And what time is it? Oh, it's 8:05. Hopefully y'all don't have anywhere to go. Don't leave me yet. All right, hopefully it won't take too long. All right, so I'm going to cut the Grumpy Cat, his box. So we're just going to cut that right like that. And I did try to snip around his whiskers because we do want to keep the cat's whiskers, right? Because what's a cat without his whiskers? So I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to come around and cut around this way, and then I can get to the whiskers. So I'm just going to cut these a little, just to leave them a little thicker, but we don't, and then I'll come back and clean those up a little bit. So this is for you cat people. The doggy's is not playing nice. He's being a little mischief. And, all right, so let's do this. And then we can start cutting our little grumpy cat. Because he's not happy. You can look at his eyeballs. He is madder than a wet hornet. Okay. All right. I should have had this done in advance, so just to show you the coloring aspect of it, and then just went ahead and cut it out. But it's all right. It won't take that long. I'm hurrying. So, all right. So anyway, so that's what I think we'll do for the 10th. We're going to do, we'll do a sketch. So I'll come up with a sketch and try to get that drawn out on the computer, and we'll post that, and I'll post that this next week. And then you can, you use that design however you want. And then I'll try to make a couple of different cards using that same design, just with different papers, just to show, you know, what papers do, right? The different designs in paper. All right, I just cut off part of his something because I'm talking too much. You know, just using different papers shows the difference in, all right, so there's Grumpy Cat. Let's do the dog real quick, and then we'll be done here. He's not too much to do, so it should be pretty easy. So I think it's fun. It's just another fun way that you can kind of get together and kind of stamp together, if you will, and just have some fun. And it's on a Saturday, so those that work can participate as well. And then I was thinking, after the first of the year, since we're going to be in celebration, and y'all can give me your thoughts to this, about this, I was thinking about maybe doing a bingo, like an online bingo thing, and make cards. Well, you'll get, you know, we could do bingo. You know, of course, you're going to pay for it because you're going to get prizes and stuff like that. But we'll play bingo. I used to do this in person, and I've not done it online. But I thought, well, why not? So we could do bingo, and then you would get materials to make, I don't know, I haven't thought through it all the way, but, you know, 4 cards or something like that. And then, you know, if you want to make the cards, you can do it while we're on the Facebook page or wherever it's going to be held. I hadn't thought through that yet either. So that might be something that we can do if y'all are interested in that. I used to do bingo all the time. I think I told you that about the ladies wanting to have drinks one Friday night, and I said no, and then they realized why. When one knocked into the other one, they had a glass of wine, and the wine went all over the floor. And then they realized, oops, Dawn was right, no drinking during bingo. But it was fun. It was a Friday night, but, you know, then they realized, oh, well, that's not a good thing it didn't go all over the table, because then everybody would have been mad. All right, I'm almost done. I'm just gonna cut this part of his little tail, and then we'll put this together, and then then we'll see what this beautiful gift card looks like. It's really easy. And Marie, if you're still watching, this is something you can definitely do and put at your shop. One of my teammates she was able to get herself into a boutique, and so she's got gift cards and gift holders and greeting cards and little like reindeers. I turned her on to how to make these reindeers with candy canes, and she sold some of those last week, so that's really exciting. All right, so we've got our dog and our cat, so let's go ahead, and now we are ready to put this together. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm using I'm going to use Pool Party, and I took this snowflake stamp set from the deer, I think it's the Peaceful Deer or something. I used it not too long ago. And I'm just going to stamp some snowflakes on here, and because I didn't want it to look so, you know, blah. So we'll stamp that, and then I'm going to put the kitty right here, just like I did on the other one. So I'm going to put some more snowflakes around to make it look festive, and we don't want it to look we don't want it to look boring. So hang on a minute, let me do it this way. We'll just put some flakes right here, and do a couple right here. I think that's good. All right, so let's put that there, and we're going to just glue him down. Yep, we'll put him right there. And I'm just going to, actually, no, I think I'll pop him up on dimensionals. And I'm going to put the little paw prints because I want people to look at that and they're going to go, why are there dog prints on that card? It doesn't make sense, right? Because it's a cat. And they don't know what's on the insides. I just thought that would be kind of cute to do. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back, and then I'm going to use a little tiny one for this little part right here. Let me move it down just a little bit. We're almost done. We should be done in about probably 5 minutes. In case anybody's wondering. Let me close this up before I put my fingers in it. Okay. And I hope I didn't just stamp that on the wrong. You know what I did? I stamped that on the wrong daggone piece. Well, we'll flip him over. That's okay. We're going to stamp that again. I had it sitting right in front of me, not paying attention because I was too busy talking. Imagine that. Could you imagine that I used to get in trouble in school for talking too much? I just don't get it. I don't know where they saw that from. My mom's nickname was Gabby. So she used to say, well, you're a chip off the old block. So I guess in some respects, because I like to talk. Okay, now we'll just flip the other one over. It's fine. Okay, so we will attach this to here. And that's going to go on the front of our card. And I'm going to put my little doggy footprints, but I'm going to do that after I get my cat on there. So let's go ahead and add our adhesive and attach this to our Mary Merlot. Well, tonight wasn't a happy hour like it was last week, the comedy hour. I hadn't seen so many wine glasses being thrown around left and right, let me tell you. But it was fun. All right, so we've got that. Let's peel off our backings, and we are almost done. And then y'all can move on to whatever else you need to do this evening. All right, we've got all that. So let's take Grumpy Cat, and he is heading to the North Pole, and we're going to put him right there. Probably should have stamped the before I put them on there. But let's do one little paw print, which I'm probably going to, let me see. Hang on, before I mess this up. Let me lift this up just a tad so I can get my feet in there. Get up, Grumpy. Okay, we're going to put a little paw print right here. We're just going to do one. And, yeah, let's do two. Why not? There we go. All right, so we got our two paw prints there. A little crooked, but that's all right. Okay, and then we're going to put this down with my adhesive. And then we'll add our other piece and stamp our sentiment. All right, so that's going to go on the front of this card right here. And then once we get done, we'll attach this to the other card. And, okay, we got a gift card. And then this guy, we are going to stamp. And we're going to do this in Mary Merlot. And I'm going to try to stamp the same thing. Happy gift wrapping season. And hopefully I can get it in here without it going off the paper. Let's see. I have to stand up for this one too. This is probably where your stamp apparatus would come into play. All right, there we go. No coming back. Perfect. Right edge to edge. Okay, and then the next thing, I just stuck my finger in the ink pad in the Mary Merlot. All right, we're going to add the doggy, and he is going to get, I'm just going to put him down, I'm not going to use dimensionals on him because we've already got the one popped up, and we've got the gift card. I'm going to put a little glue on his tail and then on this ribbon. So let's get this and on his ear. And we'll plop him down here. And I'm going to put him down. Okay, so my plan is, see how the ribbon is coming? Not that they're going to really notice it, but I'm going to lay that there. And I'm going to put him down here in the corner so it looks like he's been pulling that through. So I'm going to move him over and put him right about there. And pop him down on this piece of paper. All right, so there's a little dog. And it gives you room. You can write a little message All right, so we're going to do that. Add our adhesive. All right. That's going to go here. Isn't that cute? I love these colors. All right, and then this is where our gift card's going to go. So we've got that little lift there, so we can pull it out with our fingers. So we're going to slide this back in onto this one. All right, and then now we're going to take it and we're going to attach that to the front of our card base. So we're going to add our adhesive. Now again, I'm using my Tombow liquid glue, but you can use your seal, which might be better because if somebody's going to be opening this, you want to make sure that it's going to attach, but it should be fine. All right, so we're going to line that up, and we're going to lay this down, get it centered. And again, the Tombow allows you to do that and makes you maneuver it. So let me look at this real quick. Yep. All right, so we're just going to push down on all that. All right, there you go. Isn't that cute? So there's the card, Grumpy Cat being pulled by the dog. And then there's your gift card. If you're giving it to the person in person, you can put money in there rather than a gift card if you want to give them cash. All right, there you go. There's your 2 cards. Let me pull in the other one. Where did it go? Hang on, I got to find my cards. What did I do with the Christmas cards? I've moved them over here out of the way. Okay, so there's our 2 cards for the evening. My apologies for the being a little later than normal. I hope you've enjoyed these. I'm going to lay this one down. I'm going to put this in here so it will lay flat. This one, he will lay flat eventually. All right, there you go. There are our cards. Mike Case. Oh, good. I know. It's so good. Please do. Make these and share. He has 3 dogs and has cats. They brought you. That would be a cute one. But I love the stamp set. So there you go. Here's this one with a little message on front, and then you've opened up like that. And then here is your gift card holder. And again, this could be for birthdays. You could use this for, I mean, actually you could make it into a wedding card and really make it nice if you decorated it nicely. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again this Tuesday evening. I hope y'all have a rest of your evening is relaxing and a great weekend. And I will see you next Tuesday. Who's Gabby Jr.? I guess I'll look at that one. Oh, you're Gabby Jr. Yeah. All right. Have a great week, you all. I may do a video this week, too, of paper pumpkin with some alternatives. I'll make some time. I got my pumpkin, and I haven't even had a chance to open it. But anyways, thank you again. Have a great evening, and I will see you all next week. And make sure that you share my video if you don't mind. All right. See you. Thanks again, everyone.